Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Eric Leonardo Jimenez Rojas, 11.
You're here on a new case. You were arrested for theft in an amount over $1,000. That is a Class 6 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case. Your next court date will be a status conference this Tuesday, September 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing September 12th at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $1,000. It is secured. If you post it, comply with your conditions, which include no contact with the alleged victim. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crime, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Ms. Tafoya, Sarah Tafoya, please, and then Dustin Malls, will you please go to the chair? All right, hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Sarah Kathleen Tafoya.
All right, thank you. You are before the court on 4 matters. 2 are probation warrants and 2 are arrest warrants in newly filed cases that date back a little bit. I'm going to start with those. Those are numbers 23 and 24 on the calendar. In number 24, you've been charged with narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. The alleged offense date for this case is December 1st of last year, 2023, and this comes out of the Gilbert Police Department. In number 23 on the calendar, you've been charged in a separate criminal complaint with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, with an alleged offense date of December 18th of 2023. This one comes out of the Department of Public Safety. You'll get copies of those charges and police reports from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in all 4 of these cases. There were already warrants out for your arrest in both of your probation cases. Looks like you're on probation for 2 Class 4 felonies. And there were, there were petitions to revoke filed in both of your cases back on June 21st of this year. Those petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5, and you'll get a copy of them from your lawyer as well. All right, you have 3 next court dates next week. The first one will be in the newly alleged cases. You'll have a status conference on Tuesday, September 10th at 8:30 in the morning. The next day, which is Wednesday, September 11th at 8:30, you'll go to probation court for your revocation arraignment hearing. And then on Thursday, September 12th, you'll have a preliminary hearing in each of the 2 new cases. That's also at 8:30. The court address for all of those will be on your paperwork. In each of your probation cases, I'm affirming the $750 secured appearance bond. And in each of the 2 newly alleged drug cases, I'm setting a $50 bond to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That is $1,600 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, call your PO within 72 hours of any release. The number is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you that. Thank you. Mr. Malls? And then Helen Nelson, will you please go to the chair? All right, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Dustin James Malice, Mark.
Thanks. You're here on 1 new case and a probation warrant. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. I'm also appointing a lawyer in your probation case. There was a warrant already out for your arrest in that case. That was filed back on April 15th of 2024 when a petition to revoke was submitted alleging that you violated terms 3 and 15. You'll get a copy of the petition from your lawyer. All right, you have 3 next court dates next week. The first one is a status conference in the new case on Tuesday, September 10th at 8:30. Your preliminary hearing will be Thursday, September 12th at 8:30. That's for the new case. In the probation case, you'll go in between those on Wednesday, September 11th at 8:30 for a revocation arraignment hearing. Those are all in the downtown Superior Court, and the address will be on your paperwork. In the probation case, your bond is $750 secured. In the new case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That is $800 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. You step to your left, you've got your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Nelson? This is which? Oh, thank you. No, this is perfect. No, yeah, this tells me, this is interesting. I'm very sorry. This is going to take me a minute to parse through, too. 1 second. All right. Ms. Nelson, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Ellen Nelson,
All right, thank you. You are here on two things. One is a warrant for failing to appear in a pending case. One is an arrest warrant for some charges that were filed about 3.5 years ago, but they actually date back to 2019. I'm going to start with that case. So you got charged in early 2021 with possessing narcotic drugs, 2 counts, both Class 4 felonies, and possessing drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The alleged offense date is October 13th of 2019, and it comes out of the Mesa Police Department. You'll get a copy of the charges and police reports from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. It'll be the same person that you have for your pending case. In the other case on today's calendar, you failed to appear at a status conference on October 30th. On October 30th of 2020, and a warrant was issued for your arrest. So I'm going to give you the same next court dates for both cases. The first one is a status conference on September 10th at 8:30 in the morning. The second is a preliminary hearing September 12th at 8:30. In the older case, your bond is $750 secured. In the newer case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit. That's $800 total. If you bond out, comply with your conditions and do not miss your court date. The step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Good luck, ma'am. Mr. Allen? And then Raquel Martinez, will you go to the chair?
Angel Allen, 0.
You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony. There was a warrant for your arrest issued back on August 27th when a petition to revoke your probation was filed. It alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date will be in the probation court 1 week from today, which is September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. It is a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your release conditions. Call your PO within 72 hours. The main number is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, they've got that for you. All right, Ms. Martinez. Ms. Martinez, I need your full name and your date of birth, please.
Raquel Martinez, 7.
Thank you. You're on a new case. You got arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. Your next court date will be, it's actually in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow, September the 19th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be September 23rd at 8:30. And you qualify for release on your own recognizance. This is a brand new case. Give you a chance to come to court on your own. You see what happens when you don't come to court. So come to court. You very likely qualify for a diversion offer. If you don't come to court, you still get a bond, even if you end up on diversion. So just come. If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Ms. Meritz, Patricia Meritz. And then Alexander Thorne, will you please go to the chair? Good morning, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Patricia Jean Mertz.
Thanks. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for 2 allegations of possession of narcotic drugs and 2 allegations of possession of dangerous drugs. Those are all Class 4 felonies. Also, 1 allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is September 19th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing September 23rd at 8:30. Those are in the downtown Superior Court, and the address will be on your paperwork. You qualify for release on your own recognizance. Your priors are now fairly old, so you just need to come to court. These are drug charges. You very likely will qualify for some type of favorable offer. If you want one, obviously you have the right to go to trial, but you need to come to court. If you don't, you will be held on a bond. All right? If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Thorne, then Yamileth Vasquez, will you please go to the chair? Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yeah, it's Alexander Thorne.
You're here on a new case. You were arrested for 2 allegations of disorderly conduct, 1 of criminal damage and 1 of assault. Those are all misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. That will happen when you get to the El Mirage City Court for your next hearing, which is approximately 3 weeks from now. It is September 24th. That's a Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage City Court. And once you release you on your own recognizance, we don't have a pretrial services option in misdemeanor cases, so it's either bond or release. And in this case, you are not accused of directly hurting anyone, so I'm going to release you. You still have domestic violence type release conditions, though. You have to stay somewhere else. You can do a civil standby. Hold on. No contact with the alleged victim. No weapons, no drugs, and not a valid prescription. What did you want to say?
I was wondering, when I get out, do you think I could get, you said a civil standby? Can you order that? Because
I did.
last time I tried to get stuff from my mom's house, there's a little dispute and stuff. The El Mirage Police Department specifically said they will not do that, and that I do not qualify for anything like that. That's my exact facial reaction right there.
Well, so in terms of this court's power to end this, to effectively order them to do something, that is actually an order without force or effect, because this is an order directed at you. That being said, I don't know what to tell you other than you could try the sheriff's office and see if they will do it. But
That's true. Yeah.
I don't disbelieve you, actually. I've heard crazier things. I've never heard of a police department refusing to do it. It might be a resource issue. It might be, I genuinely don't know. You are entitled to do one, but if they refuse, I don't know what to tell you other than don't violate release conditions in order. Because of that, you have to perhaps get your lawyer's assistance on the 24th. That I'm not going to give you permission to just run on back there, because El Mirage seems to view their legal obligation in that regard differently than the court does.
I also have a legal obligation to constantly have my ID on me. I'm sure you see that. Yeah. I don't have it on me. I told the cop that I needed it before I left, and he didn't grab it. All the dudes there were just trying to get me out of there. And
all right. Yeah. Well, all I can tell you with respect to that is you have a defense. You certainly do if you were charged with that crime, and this hearing is being audio and video recorded. So if you were ever charged with that crime, you could tell your lawyer, look, there's some corroborating. There's a corroborating recording in which I'm not, making it up. I didn't just make it up right now. I said that in court. I said that.
CYA.
So, agreed. And that in terms of, and I understand that puts you in a little bit of a pickle. So do your darndest not to get arrested while that is the situation. Try to call MVD, try to see what you can do about getting a temporary if El Mirage refuses to do a civil standby for you, which I think is deeply unfortunate. And I don't think
they changed their officers within the last few months.
Indeed. I don't know, because that is a foolish, I think that's a foolish position, because people tend to engage in self-help. If they can't have a legal way to go, a lot of people will go anyway, and then things go bad. Things happen, and if only the police department would give them a legal way to do it, that would essentially de-escalate the situation. So you could try the sheriff's office and see if they would do it if El Mirage won't. Other than that, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you other than do your best to hang tight, get to your court date on September 24th, and see if your lawyer can get an order out of the El Mirage judge that more directly impacts that case. But right now, El Mirage doesn't have to comply with my release order issued against you. And I'm not a court of record, and I don't have a magic wand. They'd have a chance to respond. If you wanted me to issue that kind of an order, they get a chance to respond. It's complicated, but I'm not unsympathetic to that issue. That being said, you're the one who got arrested for criminal conduct, et cetera, so do your best to comply with your release conditions and stay out of the cops' radar until you can get that sorted out, okay? And like I said, this is being audio and video recorded, and anybody can request this recording, just at least to try to establish that,
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that specifically, so that
you were sort of being involuntarily
it was mentioned.
Forced into that situation. Mm-hmm. Right, I understand. All right, well, good luck with that. Don't violate conditions.
Thank you.
Don't miss your court dates. All right, thanks.
Appreciate you.
Sure. Ms. Vasquez?